Okay, so welcome to the Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Accountability Committee meeting of November 15th, 2023. I am calling this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can we do a roll call?
Committee Chair Horton,
Here?
Vice Chair Kolhatkar.
Here.
Committee Member Dennis is absent, and Budelli. Committee Member Nida.
Here.
Committee Member Seto.
Here. Okay. No member of the meeting has requested emergency circumstances to attend the meeting remotely. So I think we can move on to the agenda. Can I get a first and second to adopt the agenda as it stands?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. And can we do a roll call, please?
Chair Horton.
Aye.
Vice Chair Kolhatkar.
Aye.
Committee Member Nida.
Aye.
Committee Member Seto.
Aye. All right, is there a member of the public wishing to make comment?
No,
City.
okay, not at this time.
All right, let's move on to the approval of minutes. Can I get a first and a second to approve the IGA committee meeting minutes of September 20th?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I can second.
Okay.
Can I do a roll call, please?
Chair Horton.
Aye.
Vice Chair Kolhatkar.
Aye.
Committee Member Nida.
Aye.
Committee Member Seto.
Aye.
Yeah, actually, okay. So, okay.
All right, and anyone else?
Okay, Committee Member Budelli.
Here.
All right.
Okay, and can I get a first and a second to approve the IDEA committee meeting minutes of October 18th?
Oh, wait, I do have a amendment to that. I
Okay.
do want to add that the public comment did come from members of the public for the Diwali event.
Great.
So I'll add that.
Hmm.
And as amended, the committee members can approve the minutes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
so we have a first and a second to approve the amended minutes. First,
I'll make a second.
okay, can we do a roll call?
Chair Horton,
All right.
Mr. Kolhatkar.
Aye.
Committee Member Budelli,
Aye.
Committee Member Nida,
Aye.
Committee Member Seto.
Aye. All right. Moving on to old business.
There is. Okay. And I might be driving home, so let's see.
All right, so shall we move on to old business then? Can we have a staff report, please, on the Brown Act review?
Yeah, I'm going to do a quick overview on the Brown Act. Current committee members, this is just going to be a review because committee members have seen it with legal counsel Michael Rausch doing the Brown Act training himself or through the orientation, but I thought it would be a good time to kind of review it again. I'm just gonna do a slideshow here. And this is just excerpts taken from the presentation from our legal counsel. And this is in regards to the Brown Act, the legislation that was enacted back in 1953. The purpose of it is really just to make sure that their actions be taken openly and that their deliberations be conducted openly. So the people in delegating authority do not give their public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know. So that is kind of like the purpose, and this is why it has remained unchanged for over like 70 years. So like the Brown Act and the right of access, which is Proposition 59, it applies to every type of local government, elected or appointed. And in terms of Brisbane, it applies to the city council and all of its standing committees. So that's our commissions and our committees like IDEA. So, I mean, the Brown Act is still, it was basically amended during the time when there was like emergency provisions, right? Like during COVID, but it basically has reverted back to the Brown Act procedures. So meetings shall be open and public. So all meetings of the legislative body, like a committee like ours, shall be open and shall be open in public, and all persons shall be permitted to attend any meeting, subject to very few exceptions, like closed session items. That's for city council mostly. So every agenda that we have, there's like public participation in it, like the public comment, every item should allow for public comment as well. Some exceptions to the Brown Act, if folks are, kind of like, oh, is this okay for me to do? So like a public official with members of the public, that's, that interaction is not covered by the Brown Act. But contacts between each other as committee members, that is covered by the Brown Act. Common individual contacts include communications with residents, staff, advocates, consultants, and the media. So that you could speak, with residents, staff, advocates, consultants, and the media, and that's not covered by the Brown Act.
So when you say staff, you mean all the staff here?
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that's covered is city council and all of the committees?
Basically the legislative body you're a part of, so these committee members. So you could speak with city council members.
It's not each other. Yeah.
One-to-one.
Yeah. Conferences you can attend together, but you may not discuss items that that the committee members will address. Community meetings, the same, you could attend them, but a majority cannot discuss amongst themselves those, if it pertains to the committee's subject matter jurisdiction, then it's best not to discuss it. Social or ceremonial events, of course, you guys can be together. And other legislative bodies. So a majority of the committee may attend and participate in open and publicized meeting. So you can attend like a city council meeting together and stuff like that. But a majority may not discuss amongst themselves the business. So I think it's just best practice to only discuss things with only one committee member at a time, and that also pertains to your email. So never do reply all, because that becomes a serial meeting if you do a reply all, and just only reply to each person or email one person at a time from the committee. And that's because we don't want any discussions to happen that is not open to the public as a legislative body. So social media, the Brown Act permits, I guess they're saying at least until 2026 for now. The Brown Act does permit members to engage in conversations in social media. And they can answer questions, provide information to, and get solicit information from the public regarding a matter within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee. Oops, sorry. But a majority of the members do not use the platform to discuss among themselves. Again, so like when you do a social media posting and then all 6 of you start like commenting on that one post, then that becomes a serial meeting. Teleconferencing in non-emergency situations. So you are able to teleconference to these meetings. So this is one thing that kind of is confusing because Zoom is so accessible and easy. But unfortunately, the current Brown Act legislation allows you to do teleconferencing to attend the meetings, which means beforehand, we need to know the location of where you're gonna take the call, because it's only a call. So when you do Zoom, there's no video, for example. We'll need to know beforehand where you'll take the call, and then you'll need to take that agenda, print it, and post it wherever you are. Whether it be a hotel room, a hotel lobby, or your residence, your place of residence. You could always teleconference. We just have to know and post it ahead of time. And wherever that location is, it has to be accessible to the public. So if it's the hotel lobby, somebody from the hotel, somebody can go into the hotel lobby and join you in that meeting, for example. And these are just examples from our legal counsel's kind of like disclosure definition about serial meetings. He says that there's basically 2 forms of serial meetings, a daisy chain and a hub and spoke. An improper daisy chain meetings occurs when a majority of the members communicate through separate interactions. Member A contacts member B contacts member C, and come to a collective concurrence or understanding about how a matter will be addressed. So it's like member A talks to member B, and then member B contacts member C and tells member C all the information and how member A is going to vote, for example, on a specific policy. So it becomes that daisy chain meeting. So, I mean, even though you're only speaking with one, you are relaying information to how everybody else is voting. So that's where the whole daisy chain meeting occurs. And then the improper hub and spoke meeting occurs when a common point of contact, the hub, communicates with at least a majority of the members and reveals what other members are thinking, such that a majority of concurrence is developed and exists before the meeting takes up the matter at a properly noticed public meeting. So here are some common serial meeting scenarios. The first one, a member of the public calls member A and says she needs A's vote on an issue pending before the committee. Member A asks, "Are you sure you need my vote?" The member of the public replies, "Yes, because members B and C will vote for the issue, but not members D and E." If member A commits her vote for or against the issue to the member of the public, a Brown Act violation has occurred because there has been a collective concurrence by a majority of the committee, or the item is heard in the public meeting. What else is there? The chat room. The city's website has a chat room where people can participate anonymously. Chat discussion takes place about whether the city council should approve a lease of city property for a controversial issue. Members of the council participate in the chat, and it becomes clear from their statements that a majority of council had decided to vote against approving the lease. So this chat results in a Brown Act violation because the participating council members can discern the outcome of the council's vote before the item is heard in a public meeting. So the violations of the Brown Act may lead to civil enforcement actions, criminal prosecutions, and most importantly, may erode the public's trust. So, and they'll let you know, the public will let you know too, like, wait a minute, we need more information for this issue for this issue. For example, like, members will let you know. Members of the public will let you know if they need more information, and they have the right to that information. Any questions or any other follow-up around this? We could actually ask legal counsel to come back in our retreat, for example, if people have more specific questions. Or concerns.
Don't talk to each other.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Great, let's move on to review of the city events calendar for the We Are Brisbane series. And if we could start with an evaluation of the short film festival, United Against Hate. Please.
The Brisbane's United Against Hate Week kicked off the week with a shorts film screening. And three committee members were present, about 18, including us IDEA members and staff, were in attendance. We screened like 6 shorts. It was about an hour and a half. We provided popcorn. It was a hit. Next time, I hope to bring red wines, to give them more nachos. I don't know, but we really had a popcorn maker. It had like a little theater vibe there. Park and Rec let us borrow their popcorn maker. Well, in terms of evaluation, committee members can chime in, but we did hope that, although I was surprised in terms of the attendance, I think we would like to have more people have attended, but I think that was a pretty good start to our first shorts film festival.
Yeah. It seemed like there was a good desire. They're like, do you guys always do this? We're like, actually, no. But maybe, yeah, like having it like grow from that. And I think, I don't know, no one talked to me about it, but I think someone was saying like they didn't know where it was gonna be at for a while. And so someone had to figure that out that day. And then also, I don't know if someone alluded to like Sundays, like a rest day. It was weird to have programming there. I think it was coming from the front, but I think they told Caroline those things, not necessarily me. But I heard some rumblings.
So I sent this email with my feedback to Ingrid and Caroline. So yesterday's event was a success by any measure, although I wish more people showed up to echo that sentiment. I think people didn't know where it was or missed it because it was Sunday. As always, thanks to the efforts of Caroline and Ingrid for their hard work. They were on top of everything, then well prepared. So on behalf of the IDEA committee, we're deeply grateful for their unstinting support. This is the start of what's likely to become an annual event. So yeah, that's the feedback I got in speaking with most of them, the people who were in attendance there, because there was something for everyone. It was a fairly diverse lineup. So, everybody had different, rankings of the 6, but it liked all of them. So, and it stimulated good discussion, and it's definitely going to, become an annual event. So the only feedback is for the next year, we should try and get the word out, send more reminders. Although I think we did a good job there too. Staff did a great job there too. Somehow maybe increase that intensity and frequency of communication so we get more in attendance. What did you think that with the third?
Yeah, it was really great. I didn't expect much, but we were able to have some discussion, question and answers, and then for the first time I was able to tell my own story, and then my grandpa and my father's story, and then some of the visitors ended up crying with me. So it was yeah, so we were kind of discussing, the city kind of opened up for us to kind of share the story, which never had an opportunity to even discuss. So we all appreciate it, yeah.
Yeah, and Ashley did a great job emceeing too.
Yeah, saw the picture.
Kept it on track.
So good.
Thank you.
Oh, we were just talking about our like findings from the shorts. And then I was saying that I think you talked to people who said like, it was kind of weird that it was a Sunday and like they kind of didn't know where it was gonna be at. The people in the front row, maybe? I wasn't sure.
Oh, it was posted in the Star TBD initially for November 11th, the day before.
Mhm.
And then the event subcommittee discussed like maybe the 12th, since that is actually the start of the United Against Hate Week. But I don't know. But it did feel different because it was a 3-day weekend too,
Mhm.
or
And
holiday
there
for
were
some.
some football games on.
Yeah.
One of the
and
gals
Sundays.
came. Yeah, that's true. Every Sunday, maybe we should do a Sunday.
Yeah, it was in the
Afternoon.
fall.
It's hard. Yeah, I did talk to someone who was saying it's, yeah, to try and get that time where it works for people. It's difficult, but also we were hoping to have it at the library originally. But then with them closed Saturday and Sunday for Veterans Day, we were like, we just should probably have it at City Hall for convenience and like just ease. They said we could do it there, but none of the library staff would be there. So, but yeah, the videos, I did hear that at the end, people wanted to share out the videos
Yes, and
to their friends. Hi, Anna.
I made it. Hi. I've been listening, but just got it.
Yeah, but the videos are now on our website.
Oh yeah, that was like another request so
Yeah.
that they can access. They were like, did someone record this? I was like, no.
Yeah, we made a playlist on our YouTube, but the first one, Loop, I guess maybe Pixar or Disney had some restrictions that we couldn't add that video to the playlist. So the other 5 are on the playlist on the city's YouTube
Oh,
channel.
cool.
But that Loop one is just linked to on the United Against Hate page on the city's website. We put that into the blast today.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah, we could
Oh, I think you're also to keep the momentum, or like she said, don't give up. One of the participants said, I know this is only the first year and not a lot of people may have been able to come, but don't give up.
Yeah, and then someone was like, and then what's gonna happen? And I was like, oh, the website of United Against Hate has options. Because they're like, because we were like, oh, this is the kickoff the week. And they're like, so what else is happening? And I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's event virtual statewide. You can.
And the library's gonna have some.
Yeah, the
authors.
library is doing their author talks actually today and tomorrow. Made sure to mention that again today in the
yeah,
blog.
people are really excited about
Mhm.
the kickoff. And we didn't expect
And having
that, right?
another short film. I
Expect
think they
that for
want to
some-
do this again. It sounded like from those that
Small
came.
but enthusiastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
A couple people brought their kids too.
Yeah,
the
that's
family
there was some
event, so
little
it's like
ones.
all ages. It was amazing, but it's like I hope it's okay. I think it was.
And I
okay.
was like, I'm
Elementary school
happy the
kids-
other one already went.
Yeah. So that was good, and I think for me, I personally like the adult time. You know, the mental stimulation.
Yeah.
And I'm not like shuttling people kids to soccer. I'm actually.
There were like 18 of us. It was like not a big group, but I think people felt comfortable to like share with one another too at the same time, because Ashley was asking us to like share out if anything, like any questions arose, and people weren't afraid to do that. So that was nice to see.
And the people who actually participate also live the experience too, you know, told stories like Diane and one of the person who attended also talked about like his experience and when he was going to high school, you know, things like that. So that was great.
Thank you all. We can move on to the Dia de los Muertos event.
This was a partnership with the library, so I think Caroline will have more information.
Yeah, it was on a Wednesday, I believe, during the afternoon. 2:30 to 3:30, and there's a lot of kids that come after school, so it was a good time. But there's also people that came that were out of town that had wanted to just go to a Dia de los Muertos event and heard about this one. They came from South City, so anyways, the sugar skull decorating went well, and the library said that there were 22 participants total, which was, I think, more than usual for these type of after school events. And we had hot chocolate, Mexican hot chocolate for the participants. And our lead preschool teacher, Marcella, was there to give any background about the day. So she stayed and had the masks too that they wore, the Dia de los Muertos mask.
Oh yeah, she had like an activity for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like a coloring activity or something. So, another small event, another We Are Brisbane
Yeah, another
event. To,
partnership with the library. It's really good.
mhm.
We're good at providing refreshments.
Yeah, we were like seeing how to partner like we had previously for the Mid-Autumn Festival with the local business. And then we were going to do the horchata from Melissa to have that same partnership with the restaurant. But we're told actually it's not horchata that they drink traditionally during Dia de los Muertos. It's either coffee or hot chocolate. So we're like, oh, well, we don't want to serve something that's strange. So Marcella had a contact that we were able to get the hot chocolate, which is how IDEA was able to help out at that event. Mhm.
Okay, thank you for that.
So we can move on to our upcoming event, the Diwali celebration on, is that Saturday? It's on Saturday, yes, great. 1 to 4 p.m. at the Brisbane Library. And it's great where the committee members are really taking the leadership in planning this event for Brisbane. I think it's maybe the first time it's been to this like level where they have food, they have workshops for to learn Bollywood traditional choreography. They have the library is providing a henna artist. IDEA is again going to be helping with the food this time. They're catering food from a local Indian restaurant in South City, and gonna have a photo booth that I'll be there with some Betsy memorabilia to help with. They have a Happy Diwali banner that they're going to hang from the photo booth. And anywho, that's going to be outside, but inside is where they're going to be doing, in the community room is where they're going to be doing the 2 workshops for the dance choreography. So I believe registration was looking really good too. The library set up the registration pages for those. And as of yesterday, I think like 9 kids and 12 adults had signed up, and it's 20 per session is the capacity. So yeah, come by. There's gonna be lights too. The festival of lights, like is what Diwali is, and we're also loaning some decorative like stars, the wood frame stars, and they're going to be part of the decor that day, along with the more traditional decorations. And there's arts and crafts for the kids, making the diyas and is it rangoli?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be in the other half of the community room, where they have tables for the kids and like the tablecloths and everything. And then I think the food will be right outside in the courtyard. Yeah, thanks. Come by. Yeah, can committee members drop in or do we need to register?
If you want to take some dance classes, then you need to register, but please just come by if you have time. Lovely to see you.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, thank you to the event subcommittee. There's been a lot of work.
Yes,
Definitely.
thank you.
A lot of appreciation. Feels like there's a pretty steady drumbeat of idea representation, and every time I drive by the sign, I'm like, oh, that's one of ours.
Another one.
Great, okay, so we can move on to the idea work plan. To review the draft work plan and community goals and results, and think about our upcoming meeting schedule with holidays approaching.
Okay, let me see if I can share the screen. Alrighty. So this is just the current state of our work plan. I changed this version. Included fiscal prudence and tracking and promoting Betsy activities. And in this version, I added the event date here and some notes around percent completion, the activities. Do you think the best way for me to share this with everybody is through like a Google Doc? Because there's some maybe notes that people also want to include in here. Like for example, like age-friendly. I think Miyoko would be more like she could. You could
Yeah, if we have edit rights to add updates. and
yeah,
stuff,
provide more updates or whatever you want to include here. Some of it is ongoing, as you could see, like the notable dates and
Mhm.
things like that. I was hoping our retreat can be even a time where we can have the staff do the presentations you requested in the October meeting, so we could add those. Add more activities if we want under fiscal prudence and economic development. I mean, ecological sustainability. So then we could also perhaps get an update on this, Caroline, in the January meeting. Or...
Yeah, just like what our revenues are.
or what's the future of it, and stuff like that. Okay, sounds good. Is that okay? So I'll do a Google Doc in the Brisbane account, Caroline, and then we can share, and people can input it, and then I can do a draft of it for the retreat. My thinking was we could cancel the 20th idea committee meeting, and our next meeting will be on the 17th, and that'll be it'll be a retreat, meaning we'll try to see if we could get a different space in here, and we can, we'll have an easel, we'll plan.
Okay, I was like, is this like an all-day weekend thing? What do you mean by retreat?
It'll be just during this time,
Okay,
if that works with everybody.
So it'll be here or in this room or?
I'll
So
see if
you
it could be like maybe in a different room, depending on what else is happening in City Hall. City Hall is very busy these days,
Yeah,
but maybe perhaps the community meeting room, we could spread out and we could have other speakers come also. And then that'll also be the time where we can elect the new chair.
what is the term, are we on a 2-year term, like, are we done?
Yeah, I need to update, I'll do the
Yeah,
updates.
or are we?
Can you renew it? Can you?
Yeah, are we?
Yeah.
going?
I'll update
There
you guys on
opportunities
your,
to renew, or-
I'll update you guys on your, I'll email you guys your update on your terms.
Membership, okay.
How fast this year is.
I know. Well, that'll be good because, I don't know, can you take maternity leave from committee?
That should be part of the inclusiveness of us.
Really? If any committee has. I'll just have to I'll be remote for a little while.
It's exciting. But how do committee members feel about the meeting cancellation
I'm for it,
That sounds good.
too close to Christmas.
and, okay.
I know, well, I was
Is
like, ooh, I'll be on,
December?
Yeah, the December 20th meeting.
I know I'll be
Yeah.
on the East Coast and I was like, ooh, do I need to post something? My parents.
That everybody will come to your parents' house to take the meeting.
But it would also be like 9 o'clock, so. Probably. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, so we can continue pushing through here. Up next, we have our staff reports. So if we can have some updates on the Festival of Lights.
Festival of Lights, well, last year the idea committee did input on the songbook, and it wasn't used. Because it rained so hard, they didn't do any singing last year.
Beautiful. It's
yeah.
made.
They still have them, so we're just going to use them
Try again this year, yeah.
again. I believe a resident's gonna be leading the singing down visitation, Kathy Wall. And
What time does that start?
5:30, meet at Madhouse. I think the caroling itself will get started at 5:45, and then everyone meets at the committee park at 6 for the tree lighting. And they have some new features. I feel like the Park and Rec department is always having new ideas with their special events, and this is no exception. It's going to involve, I believe, lighting, because I think they want to get away a little bit from the Festival of Lights, like being so focused around like Christmas. And so just focusing on lights.
Probably lost the tree too.
Hmm?
There's no more big tree.
I think there's gonna still be
There
a
will be.
tree. The
Hopefully it'll get knocked
tree,
down.
they have thought about other ways of reinforcement this year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's true.
Something that's gonna go in the middle and it's gonna have the same stakes on the sides, but the middle component will be new. No nuts for the tree this year. I believe it's probably going to start getting assembled by Public Works and the recreation staff on Monday.
Wow. I can't believe it.
I know.
And the letters to Santa box is going out, I believe, at the end of this week. It's not really related to Festival of Lights, but it's kind
The
of.
holidays are approaching.
Yeah.
Also, you'll get an email shortly from HR regarding the holiday staff party on December 13th.
We've already got it, yeah.
You already got it?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, so please check and RSVP. It should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Fun times, and it's just like the only time we really get together, so hope you can all make it.
It is during, the work day, but.
Yeah, work from home that day.
Put a request
Have an
in.
extended lunch.
And it's at Mission Blue.
That's all the announcements for now.
Great. All right, let's move on to the age-friendly cities. Do you have an update for us?
So there was a meeting last week and I provided them all of our feedback and it was well received. And I think now on the 4th Thursday, with the first one being November 30th at the farmers market, they're gonna have a table. So people can come, and I think you and Nicole are gonna run it, so it's gonna be like the 4th Thursday, so there's gonna be one on November 30th, and second on December 28th. Right.
At the farmers market running till December.
How to run all year?
It's just, I think they will be, it's not. They are doing a special market next week. Thanksgiving
Oh, right.
on Wednesdays and Thursday, but yeah, they're usually
Oh,
there.
Wednesday instead of Thursday.
And then also, there's going on 12/7.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking, 12/7. I didn't know about the the later one in
The
December.
28th.
Yeah.
So November 30th and December 7th.
Uh-huh.
So that's a great start. And they also said that it can extend past December if we don't get, enough. I think right now it's like 40
Okay.
back, and they're trying to get at least a couple hundred. But I had some feedback from Michael Adney. I gave him the survey, and he said that, he attempted to take the survey, but it locked up a couple times.
Oh, no.
So he wasn't able to complete it. And his feedback was it was kind of long, but he's open to assisting us as much as he can, because he also runs a older adult group on Tuesdays, I think, in the Sunrise Room.
Yeah.
Stretching. He also said that it didn't seem like it was written for a small community, but I was telling him that that's just a standard survey.
Yeah.
And also that he said that all he knows is that he offers health services and also the green spa. So I think just the way it's written and the way it's being presented so far, I think there's like a disconnect. So I think there needs to be more outreach where the wording to the public is more understandable, that the survey is for you and your community and for your future, because if we do live, we are going to age. And I did last week take the survey, and there was a couple times where I had to like rest because it was just really the way it's written is
Bit hard to
it's written, it's right, like kind of it's just written where I had to read it a couple times to understand. And then also with the feedback, it seems as if like, oh, are these services here or not? It seems like it's not that this could be a part of the future. Like these different services could come to the city. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Is the question worded so that it's confusing? Or
Yeah, I mean, it was confusing for me. It was confusing for other person. So I'm guessing it's confusing. But unfortunately, it's just how it's worded. So maybe presenting it to the community in all the different ways that we have been, but maybe like different slogans, like this is your city, what do you want? Like, because unfortunately it seems like with all the avenues, still there hasn't been a lot of participants.
is there an expert in the survey that can actually answer questions about it, like from AARP? Or who would be
They're
that
working
expert?
with Anne O'Brien, who was she's leading the cafe initiative, and she's like in contact with other cities, and it's pretty much been the same situation with it's kind of long and it's the way it's worded, but I think maybe someone was saying it the last time, there should be like little smaller meetings that it can just be broken down, But there's all these different sections, so I don't.
Can you save it and then go back to it? You have to do it straight,
You
right?
can't, right?
That's a good question.
I don't think you can, because I
Yeah,
think,
I think
and then you
so.
had to make an answer for you to be able to go to the second page. Right?
Yeah,
Because we were like, oh, wow.
It's a long.
So you have to just sit through that.
We wanted to have a survey
No, like
party.
saving.
Survey party.
so that's the challenge. And they all really appreciate all the feedback that we gave them, you know. But that's what we're faced with is you know, getting people motivated to do it and having people have the patience to complete it. And yeah, there's different challenges where some people might not have computer access, or I'm sure a lot of people don't even know that the survey exists. So I guess the challenge is how to to consistently get the word out that it's something that's important.
See to like visit people at their homes. Just drop off a hard copy. I feel like a survey of that length, it would be better to fill out. And we can come back to it, put it down. And yeah, I wonder if like I don't know if they can tell how many people have started it, but maybe haven't been able to complete it online.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
guess
too
it would be
long.
interesting to see like how many people have completed online and the paper one. What do you think? What do you think is good ideas to?
But we can definitely try like the phrases you're using. I wrote it down to try and spark some new survey takers. But yeah, I just don't. Survey fatigue is what's coming to mind.
Yes,
So,
fatigue.
yeah.
Email fatigue. Parents of the middle schoolers, did we already give out that flyer? They should be at least
to the
some of them, most of them should be 45 or. I don't know.
We have a middle schoolers.
Oh yeah, these are all of the
Nicole has
ideas
tried
were
to-
great. Distributing it to the schools and.
We'll see how the farmer's market goes. At least we'll have hard copies there, right?
Yeah, I feel like just having hard copies at every event. Opportunity, and then letting people know, like you can return it to the farmer's market, you
Maybe
can return
we
it to
should-
City Hall, like
yeah.
making sure they know where they can bring it back to.
We should have it at Diwali
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Mhm.
I mean, they're expecting maybe 100 people to show up, so.
Definitely festival life.
Yes, they were gonna have it available at Festival of Lights on that green graphic that Park and Rec put together. So, but yeah, I think Diwali this Saturday, bring some for the Betsy people or something.
And then they said they can extend it past the summer. which is
Yeah,
good.
the holidays are here.
We'll try, the pool's open year round, right? Maybe like having it when people check in there.
Oh, yeah, they have it available at the water aerobics class.
Yeah, I'm like, where do, is there people? And maybe at like, I think at like middle schoolers at like the Brisbane dance workshop. For parents that are like dropping for picking up kids. If that's, I know that's like a private. If we have connections, ask. I brought it to the were there like-
It was mentioned at the State of the City and the short link was included on the slide. BrisbaneState.org/AARP.
Mhm. Well, just thinking maybe if it's hard to like complete online, making sure that we have the paper.
Right,
Like
right.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're getting in that mindset. AARP survey. Have it. I have the PDF from Nicole too,
Okay.
the latest one. Mhm.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Makes me feel go.
All right, anything else? Okay, then this meeting is adjourned at 6:50.
Thank you.
Bye, Hannah.